all the grade 8 learners out there. I hope you're having an amazing day. Welcome to English History. I am Ma'am Yasha, your English learning buddy, and I guarantee you a day full of learning and discoveries. Come, join me. Get your pen and paper and start learning and loving English.
Good day, everyone. I am Teacher Yasha and I'm here to discuss our topic for today. And our topic is about idiomatic expressions. I know some of you are already familiar with this topic, but still, we're going to learn more about this subject. So for our objectives, we're going to identify the appropriate meaning of idiomatic expressions, familiarize with the commonly used idiomatic expressions, and lastly, use idiomatic expressions correctly. But first, let us identify what are idioms. The word idiom came from the Latin word idioma, meaning a peculiarity in language. An idiom is a widely used saying or expression containing a figurative meaning that differs from the literal peculiar phrasing. Idioms can be used to add fun and useful expressions to phrases or sentences, but these usually cannot be understood by defining them in separate words. Thus, idiomatic expressions need to be memorized as a whole, both in phrasing and in meaning. It is important to note that these expressions should be used in proper situations as they enrich our speech and increase our vocabulary. So, idioms often summarize or reflect a commonly held cultural experience, even if that experience is now out of date. For instance, you might say that someone should bite the bullet when they need to do something undesirable. The phrase's origin refers to wounded soldiers literally biting down on a bullet to avoid screaming during a wartime operation. That common occurrence from the past resulted in a phrase we still use today. These phrases are also unique to their language of origin. In other words, English idioms are different from Spanish, Filipino, Chinese, or French idioms. Now, let us find out what are the elements of an idiomatic expression. So first, linguistic expressions. Second, figurative meaning. Third, emotive and cultural connotations. And fourth, it is peculiar. Idiomatic expressions are linguistic expressions, grammatical forms, phrases or words that are used conventionally and possess a figurative meaning which cannot be predicted from the individual components or literal meanings of the constituent parts. These expressions play an important role in human communication since their emotive and cultural connotations facilitate the expression of meaning at both linguistic and cultural levels. In using idiomatic expressions and applying them in our daily conversations, it is important to note these four elements so that we can apply them better in our interactions. Now, there are four ways actually to use idiomatic expressions. First is to add humor. Idiomatic expressions can be used as a way to transform bland sentences or descriptions into a fun phrase. It can be used as a tool to add color or flavor to what you want to say. Second is to engage the reader. Use your idiomatic expressions wisely. When you insert an idiomatic phrase in your writing or in your daily interaction, you give the reader or listener a way to shift their attention from thinking literally to abstractly. Allow your reader or listener to form their own concept that then leads to the idea of the idiom's meaning. And third is to share a point of view. There are dozens of idioms that can express universal ideas that apply to the same concept. However, it depends on which idiom you are going to use to be able to communicate a different attitude or an entire point of view. And number 4 is to simplify complex ideas. Idioms can also help to make your writing more concise and easy to understand, especially when expressing large or abstract ideas. But here's another thing to note. The best way to understand an idiom is to see it in context. Most idioms are fixed in their form and cannot be changed or varied. As it can be difficult to work out what an idiom means, you will often need to look them up in a dictionary. Using your dictionary to understand an idiom phrase is actually a great idea. Dictionaries often contain the definitions of idiomatic expressions under the definition of the noun or verb of the expression. So, if there are any additional idiomatic expressions for which you would like to find the definition, look up the main verb or noun in the expression in a dictionary. If you cannot find the definition in a dictionary, you can consult a reference librarian or, of course, your designated teacher who may be able to direct you to additional resources. However, if you cannot determine the meaning of an idiomatic expression, it is best to use an alternative expression in your writing so as to avoid incorrectly using the expression. With this, some idioms are imaginative expressions such as proverbs and sayings. For example, too many cooks spoil the broth. Other idioms are short expressions that are used for a particular purpose. For example, get lost. Similes, white like a chalk, that is also an idiomatic expression. And bionyms or trionyms, like safe and sound. From the grammatical point of view, we distinguish verb plus object or complement, prepositional phrase, compound, or whole clauses or sentences. For example, to cut a short story long. Now it's time for an activity. Let us test our knowledge if we can identify which meanings are appropriate to the given statement. So first, a piece of cake. A. Something is very good. B. Something is beautiful. Or C. Something is easy. I'll give you 5 seconds to think of the answer. That is right. It is letter C. Something is easy. Now, number 2. Have ants in your pants. A. You collect insects. B. You are annoying. Or C. You are not able to sit still. That's right. Letter C again. You are not able to sit still. Now, number 3. Hold your horses. A. Ride a horse. B. Stop your car. Or C. Be patient. You got that right again. It is letter C, which is be patient. And lastly, go down in flames. A. To hate something with passion. B. To cry about the past. Or C. To fail in something dramatically. That is right. It is letter C indeed. Again, to fail in something dramatically. Wow, you did such a good job. But that's all for now. Thank you so much for listening and participating in today's lesson and activity. I'll see you again next time. This is Teacher Yasha, signing off.